Alright everyone, welcome back again to A Date with Mitsuzuri. I can't help it, I'm too excited. She keeps urging me on. Perhaps calling it a date was a bit of a stretch. That was a short-lived date. It's just after 9 PM and dinner's already over. There are no major events and everyone returned to their rooms. It's too early to go to bed, so what should I do in the meantime? Okay. Hang around Emiya residence, call it a day, go out for a walk. I went for a walk already. I didn't call it a day yet. I'll hang around the residence. Ooh, okay. Storage room. I've come out to the storehouse. I don't have anything that needs to be repaired right away, but I came anyway because I felt like it. I sit cross-legged on my usual seat and survey my surroundings, not doing anything in particular. I've been here long enough. I couldn't really think of anything to do out here either. Guess I'll go back to my room and sleep. Oh, I thought he was gonna do his usual, training or what you call it, meditating. But why am I coming to the storehouse at night? Okay, that was a little senseless. Outskirts. We can visit Ilya. We can go to the temple. I mean, oh, she looked happy when I picked her, so why not? After a long journey, I finally arrived at the forest in the outskirts of town. About 2 more hours, and I'll be at the Einsburn Castle, which I'm even starting to get used to. However, holy crap. For some reason, something amazing is blocking my way to the forest.
もしもし、ここで何をしてるのか聞いていいかな?
This is so unusual. There's no reply. I can't tell whether that's a yes or a no.
門番なのかな? 森に入りたいんだけど、いいかな? イリアに用があるんだけど。
It's almost passive-aggressive. There's no reply. Not a single word. Wait, what if he's sleeping? He didn't say anything, so I guess that means it's okay to go. He's more or less an acquaintance. Even if he is Berserker, he should have recognized me.
よし。それじゃあ、ちょっと通りますよ。
I raise my hands and pass along his side. Alright, take it back. He's not sleeping. I have never in my life heard Shiro squeal. The huge monster roars. It's as if he's saying, move any further, and I'll send you flying back to Miyama.
ダメですか? 今日は帰れと言いたいのでしょうか?
Damn. Mr. Berserker is slowly losing his temper. I have truly no idea what he's saying. Would someone please find an interpreter?
物分かりの悪いお客様ね。約束もないのにレディの家に行こうだなんて追い返されて当然でしょ。ってあれ？誰かと思えばシロは？
イリア。
そうだよ。こんにちはお兄ちゃん。ここで会うのは珍しいね。
Ilya waves her hands energetically, but for some reason she doesn't leave the forest.
おい、イリア。ちょっと城に行きたいんで、バサカにどいてくれって言ってくれないか?
そっか。シロ、私に会いに来たんじゃなくて、お城に行きたいんだ。
Isn't the point to visit the castle to see her anyway?
それじゃあダメ。当家は第2条建設中につき、しばらく来訪をお断りしています。女の子の気持ちがわからないシロは、おとなしく町に帰ってください。
Ilya waves her hand goodbye. Even if I wanted to stop her, an impenetrable wall is blocking my path.
あ、いや、待った。 城に行きたいってのとイリアに会いたいってのは同義だと思う。
I say it like it is. Even I understand how girls feel.
シロにしては上出来だけど、やっぱりダメ。だってお城には何もないもの。シロが来てもいいことなんてないし、聖杯戦争の手がかりもない。うちを調べるぐらいなら街を歩き回ってた方が建設的よ。
そんなことない。イリアの城は面白い。
It's quite elegant inside. I can see Ilya whenever I want, and Scylla and Liz are there too. And as for the Holy Grail war clues, you'll never know if you don't look. I mean, Ilya is one of the masters too. Even if there wasn't anything in the castle, there's still the chance of Ilya herself getting involved in some kind of trouble.
もう考えてること丸分かりなんだから。シロにはあんまり来てほしくないんだけど、ここで断っても懲りずに何度もやってくるだろうしな。いいわ、どうしてもって言うなら考えてあげる。どうせ追い返してもやってくるんだものね。それならそれでちょっと変わった出し物を用意してあげましょう。
Her solemn expression suddenly changed to a suspicious-looking grin. This is the visage of an imp that has just come up with an extraordinary new prank.
おいイリア、なんかよからぬアイデアひらめいてないか？
A host welcoming their guests is great, but getting carried away with it definitely is not.
そうね、そうと決まれば急いで準備しなくっちゃ。
I am worried.
森を開いて絶壁を作ってちゃんと出迎えの戦車も用意してっと。そうそう、セラとリズにも出番をあげなくっちゃ。主人失格よね。
She's not listening. I could already hear Ilya's magic circuits turning on at full blast. From what I've heard, her magic just skips over logic and provides the result. She's sort of a miniature Holy Grail. Whatever she wants, as long as it's something within the limits of her magical energy, it will somehow materialize despite even Ilya herself not knowing how.
やっぱり海峡は必要よね。あれなくして何が城攻めかって感じ。迷路は私の魔力量じゃそこまでは無理っぽいな。
An irreversible event is unfolding at an amazing speed. Alas, the wish-granting power of the Holy Grail is being used on something really worthless.
なあイリア、俺城に行きたいだけなんだけど。
準備ができたら喜んで招待してあげるわ。その時まで束の間の平和を謳歌してなさい。覚悟してね、お兄ちゃん。完成の暁にはこれでもかっていうぐらいキリキリ前にしてあげるんだから。
After proclaiming my death sentence, Ilya disappears into the mist.
なんか雲行きが怪しくなってきた。
It looks like I'm going to have to overcome a terrifying trial in order to enter the Einsburn castle. The giant remained silent, yet somehow, I felt like he was saying, "Don't lose heart, boy," as a way of encouragement. Alright, that was a little short-lived, but that's fine too. Do I want to go to school or the temple? We'll go to school. Issei, our senior's hallway. I haven't spoken to Issei in a while. I'll visit Issei. I'm idly passing the time in the student council room.
ここで8二金で角取りと。いや、これだと2手多いか。
Issei doesn't seem to have much to do, so he's solving shogi puzzles in old magazines. It would be great if he had a board in pieces, but there is nothing like that in the student council room, since it would set a bad example for other students, any items used for amusement or not to be brought in. That's Issei's own policy. Not to be left behind, I'm also enjoying the Fujimura Taiga blast from the past crossword puzzle that the newspaper club had published, but with the subject being what it is, it's more like hardship than entertainment.
この桂馬はどうにかならんのか。目障りすぎるぞ。エミヤ、お茶をくれ。脳がヒリヒリするぐらいの厚めでお願いする。
あいよ。ああ、羊羹待ってたけど切るか？
魅力的な提案だが、3時の休憩まで耐えるとしよう。間食とて規則正しく取らねばな。
Seems like it's not a break he's having now. There's half an hour left until 3 o'clock. I don't know if that's a self-imposed quota, but he seems to be intent on solving 3 questions from the compilation of advanced shogi problems by then. We immerse ourselves in our respective ways of killing time. With the chime of the 4 o'clock bell, Issei nods and locks the safe.
なあ、一星。今のなんだ？
これか。何？文化祭でどのような出し物をするかの申告書だ。各クラス、各部活ごとに分かれている。
そうなんだ。で、どうしてそれを金庫にしまい込むんだ？泥棒よけか？
似たようなものだ。何を隠そう。文化祭の出し物の申告は今日の4時までが締め切りでな。これ以降はどのような理由があろうと申告は受け付けん。よって現段階で文化祭の出し物が決まっていないクラス部活は今年の文化祭には出展できないということだ。
へえ。じゃあ4時が締め切りだったんだ。
休日だというのに生徒会室に残っていたのもそのためでな。そういうわけでだ、エミヤ。本日の業務は無事終了した。帰りは信徒の甘味どころに寄っていかないか。
Issei happily gets ready to go home.
また大判焼きか？一星も好きなんだな。
Naturally, so do I. I leave my seat without a further prompt. Those reports of the cultural festival, though. Which club was it that hasn't decided on what to do, I wonder? It's just after 9 p.m. and dinner's already over. There are no major events and everyone returned to their rooms. Till I go to bed. Okay, we're gonna be... time to go for a walk. Alone again? What about Saber? What was that? The moment I decide to go outside, I begin to feel sick. Is it a premonition or a fear of something I already know? It's time to go, yet this fear is slowly creeping in on me.
さて、街の様子を見に行かないと。
Struggling to stay on my feet, I reach for the door handle. One last time. Looking back just once, I make sure the image of the room as I leave it stays firmly in my mind. Why? It was a freezing cold night. The moment I went outside, it felt like I had been thrown into a different world. The house was the only source of definite reality, while the rest of Fuyuki was an unsteady illusion. You go away. You go away. Go away. I could hear the panting of wild beasts in the mist. There isn't a single sign of human presence in town. I don't know who is behind it, but whoever it is, he is finally making his move. Kill you. Kill you. Kill you.
人がいない。これじゃ本当に。
A world where everything is extinct. The house before me is in shambles. A broken door. Shattered windows. A yard smeared with blood. Should I look inside? I'll find the scene of a dissection. This is all very strange, especially the fact that there's not a single piece of flesh to be found anywhere. Yet the course of events that transpired here is painfully clear. Emotions I've never experienced before excite my brain. Anger and hatred mixed together in just the right proportions. I hate this mass murder that I haven't even seen yet. Can't see anything.
誰だ？お前は何だ？
I traced the reverberating panting. The soundless howlings directed at me. A barrage coming from every direction. Hostility and pleading, hatred and envy. I feel sick down to my stomach. Hate you, hate you, hate you. The howling changes into roaring. Whoa. It's hard to believe, yet there is no doubt the source of the howling is crouching in front of me.
なんだこいつ。
I know I've seen it before, yet my memory fails me. Just a little more. The moment the clock strikes midnight, somebody will tell me, and I'll remember. The thing howls again, making a screeching sound. A frequency outside of my hearing range. A howl for sure, but in a voice that no human could hear. Do you think only you will be saved? The beast raises its head. Its eyes locked onto me, and it comes crawling towards me, its claws screeching against the ground. I jump backwards to avoid it. A wild swipe of the beast's claws. If I get hit by the guillotine of a claw, I'm as good as dead. I'm better than I was back then, though. This is mere child's play compared to the beating saber bestows upon me. Even with no chance of hitting me, the beast is relentless. Its arms swinging more violently with every blow, make it seem like there's no end to its vitality. Only you, only you, only you! The stream of undulations that showered me would only add to this darkness.
しまった、熱い。
I could have let it keep going, but I counterattacked out of fear. I moved sideways to dodge in the claws and kicked its wide open side with all my might. I knew it. It wasn't that much of a threat. The unidentified beast coughed painfully on its fours, unable to get up. Whoa. Grant.
おい、言葉がわかるなら答えろ。町をこんなにしたのはお前の仕業か。
But that can't be right. Should they happen to meet this creature, most people would be dead without as much of a fight. But that's limited only to small areas. This thing can't empty out the whole town in just an hour. Grant.
わからねえやつだな。そんなこと聞いちゃいねえよ。俺はお前が何者なのかってことを。
Are you? I was gonna finish. I realized that my surroundings are now flooded with these beasts. A choir of resentment sings in unity. The whole park is crawling with them. Damn it! With this many, 20 minutes let alone an hour should be more than enough to clean up the town. The tsunami steadily closes in on me. It reminds me of ants swarming over a corpse or a person thrown into a Buddhist hell's mountain of needles. Those claws will tear me limb from limb. My body, eyeball, skull, everything will be skewered. I start praying, even though what's about to come is inevitable. Grant. Ah, shut the hell up. If you're gonna kill me, just do it. Repeating yourselves like idiots. If you have something to say, just spit.
わかりませんか？彼らは願いを叶えろと言っているのです。
Reflexively, I raise my head. A beautiful voice resounding with silver tones. Right in the middle of the world buried in beasts. What's the start of it all?
お前
I know her. I know this woman. But that would be an hour later. There's just no consistency to this. It's frustrating. I have all the pieces to the puzzle, but...
でもあなたは失敗した。まだここに来るのは早かったようね。
The horde of beasts is approaching. There's no escape. Death is upon me. Oh well, even if I do manage to run away, the same thing will happen again.
消え去りなさい、罪人。あなたにはもうどこにも居場所はない。
Prayer-like ultimatum. Her eyelids finally close and Emiyashiro is taken apart by the gospel-singing chorus of beasts. That end? Whoa, look at that. The The cluster of malice continues to spread. On the night of October 11, Fuyuki met its end by a mountain of piled up corpses. Bad end? No? Yeah? Bad end. Restart. Heavens feel end. Exit. Okay? How does that work? Start. Okay. Can I go anywhere else? Okay, I spoke to her already. That's new. School. Alright, so I guess from here on, I have to just choose other areas I haven't been to before or choices I've never picked. Go. Don't go, go. Obviously, go. Oh, they're both new now. Let's go to Taiga.
おはようございます、藤村先生。
おはよう、みんな元気してる？
A relaxed morning greeting that does not befit a teacher. Well, it's Fujine after all. Looking sharp really isn't like her, so it would bother me if she did.
困らないんだけど、傾いてるのはちょっと。
何か困ってるの、シロ？
Fujine noticed me inclining my head in doubt. Here, we're strictly teacher and student. But it's just before homeroom and class hasn't started yet.
いや、いつもの藤姉らしいなぁと。
むむむー。私が教師らしくないと言いたいわけね、エミヤくんは。
それほどじゃないけど。特に困ってることはないです、今は。
We see each other all the time and know each other's problems all too well. In that sense, you could even call it an ideal teacher-student relationship where nothing needs to be hidden. Well, no, you couldn't. Being like siblings is a bit too close.
むむ。シロももっと真剣にならないとダメじゃない。
なんか俺にあったか？
だって卒業までもう遠くないのにまだシロったらフラフラしてるじゃない。ダメよ、ダメだよ。先生としては心配で心配で。
Fujine keeps lamenting, but she doesn't sound very serious. I suppose that's why students find her easy to approach for all sorts of advice. It's one of her virtues.
シロももっと担任の先生を信用して相談しなさい。
今晩の晩飯のこととか？
お肉がいいな。こうね、ガッツにはね、やっぱりタンパク質と脂質よね。
Early morning at school, and this is what we end up discussing. All of a sudden, a figure walks past like a shadow.
おはようございます、久月先生。
おはようございます。
This guy's alive.
おはよう。
I'm still curious about that silver-haired girl we just met, who ended up killing me. This is Kuzuki, the strict ethics teacher. It said that students admire him more with every year they spend in the school, and I was no exception. As I went in my third year, I began to appreciate his style.
藤村先生、今月の予定に関してですが。
I see you've forgotten what he's done to us.
文化祭の準備と中間試験ですね。あと定例の教職会議がいつになってました？
今日の夕刻です。3年の進路指導のこともあります。
わかりました。進路は大変ですね。でも久月先生は教え子さんたちに慕われてますから。
Fujine is holding a very professional conversation. I almost instinctively rub my eyes to make sure I'm not dreaming.
いえ、藤村先生ほど辛抱を集められてはおりません。
そんなことないですよ。ほら、エミヤくんがそんなことないって顔してますよ。
Don't just dump it on me. But I can't horse around like usual from Kuzuki.
久月先生は真剣に頼れる先生だと思います。
そうか。信頼に応えられるよう努力しよう。では。
Kuzuki heads towards the classroom. The moment his slim figure disappears down the hallway, the two of us breathe a collective sigh of relief, and she pats me on the shoulder.
やね、もうシロったらいい子ぶって。
そういう藤姉だっていきなり猫かぶるなよ。というかやればできるんだ。
何よその言い方。まるで私がダメな子みたいじゃない。ダメな子？なんか女の子っぽい？
The idea of being called a girl apparently pleases her, so she repeats it a few times.
間違いなくな。ああ、そんなダメな子に育てられたんだから、俺もダメな子なんだろうか。
Looks like we wasted all of the pre-homeroom time on this.
あ、時間だ。シロはダメな子じゃないわよ。さあ、教室に行きましょう。
うわ、今日は時間に間に合うんだ。
そりゃ
She dashes forward with an odd battle cry. No way. What happened to the serious teacher just now?
ほらほら、間に合わないと遅刻だぞ、エミヤくん。
ダメなことかそれ以前にあまりにも正体不明すぎる。
Okay, we get to visit. I will never visit Shinji. I don't care. Alright, visit Sakura. I stopped by the archery dojo. During the lunch break, Sakura does the preparations for club activities here.
あ、先輩、こんにちは。
Just as I thought, the new archery club captain was already hard at work.
よ、昼も部活とはご苦労様。
ちょっと違うんですよ。今日はお昼を食べに来ただけです。
そうか。あ、いや、そろそろ大会前の教練の時期だと思ったから。
I've heard that at the champion schools, even at lunchtime, they take their bows and try to fill up the training logs. The archery club at Homohara isn't normally that strict, but that can't be said about this season.
そうですね。そろそろ秋の大会もありますから。
去年も三つ釣りがいろいろ言ってたな。代表が足りないとか。
確かに昇格が惜しいところだったんですけど、今年はいいところまで行くと思います。1年生で達者な子がいるんです。
From the rumors I've heard, she's probably talking about Mitsuzuri's younger brother. At any rate, Sakura's smile looks promising.
ああ、ところでさくら、昼食はいつもここで？
道場版は私がこなしてるんですよ。それに鍵も預かってますから。
それはお疲れ様。で、
Sakura's lunchbox is, well, that sure is an awful lot of food for just one person.
先輩、上がって一緒にお昼にしませんか？
いいのか？俺の分の弁当あるのか？
ちゃんと先輩の分も用意してあります。ここに誘おうと思ってたところにちょうど来てくれたんでよかったです。
そりゃ助かる。ではありがたくさくらのお弁当をいただきます。
はい、では先輩、どうぞ上がってください。やっぱり秋は涼しいですね、ここ。
吹きさらしの屋上と違って三方に壁があってちょうどいいしな。さて、
I sit on the plank floor at the back of the dojo. It's my first time having lunch here. Seems that Mitsuzuri and Tosaka often drink tea here.
あ、先輩、座布団持ってきます。
いや大丈夫。元部員が座布団にふんぞり返って座ってたら後で三つ釣りあたりに笑われる。
I found it weird that he said it's his first time eating lunch at the dojo. He used to be in the archery class, right? So I assumed he actually ate there, or at least once or so, unless he just ate lunch outside of it.
そうですか。先輩はお客様ですから使ってもいいんですけど。
Sakura's the current captain. There's no way I'll sit on one while she's around. That she keeps on fidgeting and won't settle down.
審判座はどうですか、先輩？
あの畳に上がって飯食うのも変だし、ここでいい。
わかりました。じゃあお昼にしましょう。